You also want to discuss what's happening with B'Tselem, which is a far left-wing Israeli NGO that is criticising Israel in the UN. So can you share with us the threat within Israel?
Yes, I mean, as much as we talked about the evangelical Christian movement, you know, supporting Israel and batting for Israel and putting out the truth, we have our own people, Israelis, who are in the pay of left-wing groups and left-wing NGOs and foreign governments slandering Israel, telling outright lies about stealing organs and abusing children in the refugee camps. I mean, the most vicious lies, which prompted a major backlash from Netanyahu last week. So the head of B'Tselem, this NGO, this left-wing NGO, was invited by, or got himself invited by Bolivia, which was chairing the United Nations session last week, to make a statement about Israel. And he excoriated Israel, talked about the whole situation in Gaza without once mentioning Hamas or the missiles or any of the atrocities that Hamas is fomenting there, even upon its own people. And Danny Danon, the ambassador, interjected in Hebrew and said to him, you who are being protected and have been protected, your life's been protected by the Israeli army all of your life, you now kick it in the teeth with these lies. So we have to look at people like organizations like B'Tselem and its sources of funding, no different to the funding of the Palestinian Authority's fund for terrorist killers. You kill Jews, you get a new house, and you get 10,000 shekels a week put into your family's bank account. We have to stop the funding. I mean, B'Tselem, this organization, it's only a few people, but it got $1 million from the EU over the last 5 years. $1 million. It got $250,000 from Christian Aid in Ireland. So there are Christian groups who are funding this, probably unknowingly, funding these lies and this undermining of the Jewish state and undermining of the truth. And by that, they are funding the oppression of the Palestinians.
Absolutely.
It has to stop. We have to stop the money.